The inspiration from the book came from a peace march that I went on, I guess it's now like about 3 years ago. And it was a march that went through the South, and it was mostly veterans from the war in Iraq and Vietnam veterans protesting this war. And it was with a group, a Quaker group, and they brought boots that represented each of the fatalities, each of the soldiers who have died thus far in the war. And they laid them all out at attention. And they put name tags on each one, so we'd really see the human cost to the war. And that was really stirring and compelling. But the other part of the exhibit was a pile of civilian shoes. And it was basically like, a couple sneakers, some women's shoes, some men's shoes, just in a heap. And that was meant to signify all the civilian deaths in the war. And I saw this pair of little sneakers. And I was instantly transported. I actually saw a scene where a child was shot. And I've been wanting to write the story behind that ever since. The three main characters, Matt, Justin, and Ali, are children. And I think that's the key thing to remember, that the two soldiers are 18 years old and the boy is 10. When people finish reading the book, I hope they come away with a sense of what it's really like to be a soldier, the intense amount of confusion and chaos in battle. The other thing is that there is no guilt or innocence in war, that people are doing the best that they can under extraordinary circumstances, and we can't really know what that's like. My husband was a Vietnam vet, so I have a sense to a degree about what it was like to be a soldier. I personally was opposed to this war, but I wanted to give readers an opportunity to make their own judgments about one particular incident, which in some ways is the signature incident of this war, which is the accidental killing of civilians. It's become such a flashpoint because our government says that the insurgents hide among civilians. And so our troops have no choice but to come in contact with civilians and inflict civilian casualties even when they don't mean to. And so if that is the one most perplexing thing that's come out of this war, my hope was with this book was to just look at one incident like that and take it apart and make it not an issue, but a story about three people that we come to care about.